to contact Lisa Stokes Bear by phone or by text message. Call her at 317-513-4086. Again, her number is 317-513-4086. That's Lisa Stokes Bear. So next batter for Providence is swinging a bat out on near the index circle. And my notes are pretty much almost demolished. We'll try to make these work here. They are wet. And we're going to go with a Sharpie here. Try to get a Sharpie to show up on these wet 8.5 by 14-inch pages. And the sun is shining. So the sun and the wind has blown the rain away. And they're getting ready to play some ball here momentarily. And going to give Lucas Mock a double check here. Lucas Mock. Where's number 2? Gavin Jackson doing the pitching. He bats in the second spot. Where's number 25? Cole Hewitt, third spot batter for Providence. I'm just redoing my numbers here. He wears number 24, 4 spot, 7-hitter. Blake Strube, 5-hitter, number 6. Lincoln Crewer. In the 6th spot, number 1, Foster Nash. 7th spot, Brady Haynes. Brady Haynes wears number 8. Carter O'Dapper, he bats in the 8th spot. He wears number 11. In the 9th spot, batting 9th, we'll mention, that's Mr. Sipes. We'll mention Mr. Sipes plays in right field. Wears number 3. So got some blue numbers on that wet paper. Had to be gingerly not to tear the paper with the tip of my pen. You want the Sharpie company. They have grown big time. I got a couple of Sharpies back home in a case. And they're getting ready to play some baseball right here. Again, they're getting ready. Sun is out. Nobody on the field. We'll wait for the umpires to step back out on the diamond. And so we're taking a breather right here. Rain delay. We've played 1 inning. There is no score. Providence Pioneer, they got a double off the bat of Gavin Jackson. He was stranded at second base in the top of the first. In the bottom of the first, University put 2 on board with a base on balls, and that's as far as they got. So no runner has been further than second base here in the first inning. We're getting ready to play the top of the second inning. So we'll also mention home run leaders. We'll talk about the home run leader for the state of Indiana. State of Indiana, the home run leader has 9. He is number 84 in the nation, Colin Ozenball. He's played in 26 ball games. He's number 1 in Indiana. He's from Shenandoah High School. That's the Raiders, Shenandoah High School. He'll play in the second game here today. I'll be looking forward to watching him bat. That's Shenandoah. They're from Middletown, Indiana. And he wears number 2 on his jersey. Players are coming back out on the surface. Not sure if they got some warm-up yet. They might get to go through infield again. Not infield, outfield, but they'll probably throw the ball around the infield. And we'll mention Colin Ozenball from Shenandoah with 9 home runs, 26 games, 113 plate appearances, 76 at-bats. Colin Ozenball, batting average of .513. He's got 44 RBI. So we're going to see him play in game 2 here today. And then we're looking forward to seeing that happen. So the fans are getting ready to go. You can probably hear them clapping. And I'm getting ready to play some baseball. We're going to continue this game in the top of the second. So top of the second, the rain broke loose Rain broke loose. Lincoln Crewer was in the batter's box. When it broke loose, it was coming down cats and dogs. Home plate umpire stepped to his left, walked out on the surface, and told the guys on the defensive side of the ball to go on in and take a seat in the dugout. We'll wait this out. You know, that's just it. You talk about baseball. Baseball is the only sport that includes a ball where you score when you do not occupy the ball. That's a good one. I heard that a while back, but that's true. So University going to occupy the baseball. And Providence, the only way they can score is to hit the baseball. So they don't occupy the ball, but that's how they score. And University going to throw one down, second base, frozen rope from the right hand of Sterling Davis. So next batter going to step in. It's going to be Lincoln Crewer, who wears number 6. To step in now. Left-handed batter. So they put the ball back in the glove of Caleb Stocker, pitcher for University. It's getting kind of steamy now. That rain went by, sun's shining. It's getting kind of steamy. They say about 79 degrees for the high today. So pitching from a stretch, Caleb Stocker. Out of set, first pitch, top of the second inning. Here it comes. Outside half, top of the zone, strike called. No balls, one strike. We're going to out of stretch again, out of set. Stocker, here's the pitch to Crewer. They take a base hit, hope the shortstop's in. They get in the gap, picked up by left fielder, Philip Jacobs. And it's a base hit off the bat of Lincoln Crewer. So next batter going to step in. Where's number 1, 6-hitter, Foster Nash. Foster Nash getting signals. Right-handed batter. Runner at first base for Providence is Blake Strube. To step in the rubber. Caleb Stocker. Out of stretch, now the set position. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. Out of set, along set, here's the pitch. Breaking pitch, misses just low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Strube at first base for Providence, nobody out. Top of the second inning, no score. Class 2A, South Semi-State. Winner will play tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Here's the pitch. Swung on at the middle, base hit. Going to roll into center field. Cooper Burnett picks it up. And Providence has 2 base hits. Runners at first and second base. Next batter going to step in. Where's number 8? Brady Haynes. Brady Haynes, a member of the sophomore class. Right-handed batter. Caleb Stocker going to step in the rubber. Peer in, look at signals from Sterling Davis. Out of the set position. He'll check second base. Here's the pitch. Swung on, ground ball, third base, going to get by the glove. Going to roll into left field, down the left field line, coming around third base, scoring the first run in the ball game for Providence is number 6, Lincoln. Coming in the score, Lincoln Crew. So rounding second base, now at third base is Foster Nash. So it's going to be a base hit off the bat of Brady Haynes. And yes, my notes are pretty saturated. His flare pins, not good for rain. Happened to me another time in a football game at Lewis Cass before the game, and that was difficult. Stepping in, right-handed batter, number 11, O'Daffer. Right-handed batter out of set. Right-handed pitcher. Here's the pitch from Stocker. Pitch comes in. Strike call. Count goes 0-1. He'll step back in. Out of set position. Caleb Stocker. Here's the pitch. Outside of ball. Count goes 1-1 to O'Dapper. Step back in. Carter O'Dapper, right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. Checks third base. Stocker, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch. Might have been a breaking ball. Count goes 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Runners at, second and third base for the Pioneers. Out of the set. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, swing and a miss. He'll go down swinging. A good breaking pitch by Stocker. And there's 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Stepping into bat, number 3. Number 3, he plays right field. Double check that. Number 3 for Providence. He does play right field. Kalen Sipes, left-handed batter. Out of the set, here's the pitch. Swung on, base hit. Between second base and first base, goes into right field. Throw at the plate. They're going to hold him up at third base. It's going to be an RBI single off the bat of Kalen Sipes. Providence has 2 runs in here in the top of the second. So the Pioneers have runners at first and third base. Kalen Sipes picks up a single and an RBI. Looking at signals. Third base coach, Trey Watson, going to call time. Pitching coach going to walk out for University. Going to talk with his infield. And what I also mentioned, today's ball game is in part being brought to you by Discount Copies. Discount Copies, conveniently located at the west edge of Noblesville, Indiana. 46062. They are just behind Pizza Hut and next to Bowl 32, right there along State Road 32. At Discount Copies, they provide setup services where you can turn your artwork into things such as note cards, notepads, prints, and calendars. You can reach them by phone by dialing 317-773-8783. That's 317-773-8783. Or on Gmail, discountcopies96@gmail.com. Stepping in, 1 hitter. Number 2, Mock, out of set. Here's the pitch from Stocker. Ground ball, third base. High hop, they're going to get him at first. They're going to give up the run coming in to score. From third base is Brady Haynes. It's going to be a fielder's choice and an RBI off the bat of number 2, Mock. That's Lucas Mock. Stepping in. Going to bat second spot. There are 2 outs. 3 runs in for Pioneer. Stepping in, number 25, Gavin Jackson. A little bit of rain going to fall again. Here comes a pitch. Swung on and take it the other way. It's going to drop in right field. Going to take a weird hop. Going to be picked up in right field by Charles Burnett. And it's going to be an RBI single. And coming in to score from second base is number 3. That's number 3, Kalen Sipes. We're going to go with the courtesy runner for the pitcher. Courtesy runner is number 16, Mason Went. Mason Went going to do the running for Gavin Jackson. Mason Went is a member of the sophomore class. So rain's coming down, stepping in, left-handed batter, 3 hitter. Number 24, Cole Hewitt. First pitch outside of ball. So Caleb Stocker going to have to pitch and just need one out. The rain started after the second out. And he's going to have to get a grip on that baseball. Out of the set, here comes the pitch from Stocker. Outside, ball 2. So they're going to change baseballs. They're not going to be denied a baseball. And baseball very, very precious in this ball game, as you know. 2 balls, no strikes. Out of the set, here comes the pitch from Stocker. Just outside, just missed the outside edge. Count goes 3-0. He'll step back in. That's number 24, Cole Hewitt. Out of the set, here's the pitch. Swung on, he'll drive one left field. Is it going to be playable? Is it going to be fair? It's going to be a foul ball. Just foul of the left field line. Traveling a long ways was Philip Jacobs. Long way to go. It dropped right there. And shortstop also. That was number 12, Zach Madlock. Double check there. Excuse me. It was Sue. That's number 12. Shortstop. Zach. Should be double check here. Sue. Wears number 12. And I'm going to try a new baseball. They throw it back in. It goes behind the catcher. And that is Beckett Sue. Playing shortstop for the Trailblazers. Out of the set, Stocker, here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. So he's going to take that apparatus off. 24, he'll jog to first base, Cole Hewitt. There are runners at first and second base. Playing the walk-up music right here at Evansville. Miles Sussit let me know they were going to have some. He does a good job. He's got all the components right there at his fingertips. Just a senior. Going to go to college. Talking about going to Evansville. One team wanted him to play baseball. He's a baseball player for Tecumseh. Peering in, looking at the signals. Out of the stretch. Check second base. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. In the batter's box, number 7. Blake Strube. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Top of the second inning, 4 runs in for Providence. Here's the pitch. Foul ball, back to the screen. One ball, 1 strike. Let's step back in. Lincoln Crewer on deck. Out of the set. He'll check second base. Here comes a pitch. Swung on, he'll foul this one. Right side, out of play. Number 7, Blake Strube. Let's step back in. Out of the set. Caleb Stocker, here's the pitch. Outside, a breaking pitch. Misses away. Count goes 1-2. Excuse me. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Strube. So peering in, looking at signals, out of the stretch. Runners at first and second. There are 2 out. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Stocker. Swung on, it's hit the base hit to the left field. 1 hop in the glove. Coach Wilson going to hold up the third base runner. They snap throw to second base and get him back safely. And home plate umpire going to get a new baseball in the ball game. That ball hits the surface. It's ready for a new ball, no question. It'll soak it up. The ball hits in left field. Philip Jacobs. Stepping into bat, we're going to see number 6, the 5 hitter. That's Lincoln Crewer, left-handed batter. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Top of the second, 4 runs in, 6 hits on the board for Providence. First pitch comes in high and away, ball 1. Stepping back in, left-handed batter. We call time, home plate umpire, going to give signals. signals to the B position infield umpire. Here comes the pitch. Foul ball, going to get off the glove there. We'll hope Sterling Davis is okay. Home plate umpire going to take a little time, throw the ball back out to Stocker. And it must have got the fingertips right there of Sterling Davis. Home plate umpire going to give him a little bit of time here. He's going to ask for a ball replenishment. Going to give Sterling Davis a little extra time here to collect himself. He got a foul tip on that left hand. So he's going to squeeze that hand just a little bit. He's going to continue. Counts 1-1, 2 outs. Left-handed batter going to step back in. That's number 6, Lincoln Crewer. Bases loaded. Here in the top of the second inning. Out of the set, Stocker. Here comes the pitch, the 1-1 pitch. Outside of ball. Baseball is definitely moist. They're going to ask for another baseball right there. And they will oblige wholeheartedly. Pitchers pretty much control the pace of the game. When they can't get a grip, there's difficulty. We'll see what Providence does in the bottom of the second. Here comes the pitch. Outside of ball, count goes 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. My notes are almost gone here on the lineup. Makes it difficult. So they put a towel out there for Stocker to use. He puts it back behind the rubber. Alice said it comes to 3-1. And it's going to be ball 4. Ball 4, it goes behind the runner. And that was Crewer. And the run comes in to score. And Trey Watson, going to go with a pinch runner. We'll see. He is going to go with a pinch runner at first base. And nope, they're going to call time. They're going to evacuate the field again with 2 outs. There'll be no count on the batter. Bases still loaded. Providence has 5 runs in here in the top of the second inning. So baseball here. And another rain delay. We do thank you for tuning in. And we'll mention this game is also in parts being brought to you by Rutledge Well Drilling. Rutledge Well Drilling, they're in Atlanta. They're west of Atlanta, Indiana. When you think of water, think of Rutledge Well Drilling. Pumps, sales, service, water conditioning, water softeners, iron filters, and trenching. You can call Rutledge Well Drilling at 765-292-2315. Or you can visit them on their website. That is rutledgewelldrilling.com. As mentioned, they're just west of Atlanta, right off of State Road 19 on 296th Street. That's the county line, Tipton-Hamilton County line. They are licensed, insured. They are honest, dependable, and always professional. That's Mike, Nathan, and Levi Rutledge. It's Rutledge Well Drilling, Atlanta, Indiana. So we're in a rain delay. I see some umbrellas being popped up. And I tell you what, my dad and I went to a Chicago Bears game back before they redid Soldier Field. And when you walk in, you'll see a sign that says no umbrellas. Well, that no umbrella sign, that might as well go out the window. It was the 5th and final game of the preseason. It was Chicago and Kansas City. And I tell you what, right before halftime, just right before, the sky let loose, and it was cats and dogs the rest of the game and even further. I tell you what, them umbrellas went up like there was no sign there whatsoever. And I'm going to tell you what, it wasn't too bad when you're sitting in a stadium. But my dad wanted to go to White Castle after the game. And if you go into White Castle, you know they've got air conditioning big time in there. You go in there all wet and soaking. You freeze your tail off, and that's what we did. But I should mention, that particular game, fifth game in the preseason. Rich Gannon was playing the quarterback position. He was in the third quarter. Kansas City had the football. They called the game off with 3 minutes and 41 seconds left in the third quarter. That's the only NFL game that has ever been called off before the time elapsed. So I thought that's a good thing to bring up here in this rain delay. So there's some folks working around here, setting down, getting ready for baseball, but it's going to be a little bit of a wait here. Rain's still coming down. It's not cats and dogs, but it makes things difficult, especially for Caleb Stocker, pitcher for University. We'll see what Gavin Jackson can do here in the bottom of the second inning when he gets to handle a damp or even a wet baseball. Gavin Jackson, I tell you what, pretty good pitcher, pitching as a junior class member, along with University pitcher Caleb Stocker. Both of them are junior class members. So baseball here at University of Evansville on a Saturday. Yep, the lights are on. Scoreboard is on. There are 2 out here in the top of the second inning. Providence batting. They have 5 runs in here in the second. They have 6 hits in the ball game. And that rain's coming down. Coming down a little bit sideways, not too much, right to left. That wind is blowing out to center field. They said 5 to 10 mile an hour wind on the news last night, but I think it's probably a little bit more than that. But I tell you what, these dimensions on this field, they do have a green home run fence. It is padded and down the left field and down the right field line. It's 325 feet. Straight away center field, going to take a shot to reach 400 feet. They do not have the alleys marked. Scoreboard is in the left center field alley. They got a lot of purple on that scoreboard for the Purple Aces. I know Cameron Runner, she's a basketball player. She played for Hamilton Heights. Quality player. She's down here playing basketball for the University of Evansville. Check her out. She's good. And she's the all-time leading scorer for girls basketball at Hamilton Heights High School. I know one game she came up with 63 points in the ball game. That was a lopsided ball game, but she got 63 points, and that set the school record for a single game record. That's Cameron Runner. Check her out. University of Evansville basketball. You'll see her shortly. And the rain is pretty much subsiding. It's getting ready to go away. I look to the field right there, and I see you can see no rain falling. It's gone over again. So top of the second inning, rain giving problems to Castle. Castle High School is hosting this event. Castle High School hosting this event right here at Evansville. And I will mention Castle High School, pretty quality folks. Appreciate them. And they're working it right now. And so they are in charge of this facility. Pretty kind people, Castle High School. And I think they're getting ready to play some ball again. So nobody on the field quite yet. We'll play baseball again here momentarily. And again, we'll mention this game is in parts being brought to you by Noblesville Trophies. Noblesville Trophies, you can shop them online at noblesvilletrophies.com or stop in, if only to browse around. They're located at 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana. They have trophies, awards, plaques, and much, much more. They have fast turnaround. Prices are low. They are so low you may want to be a repeat customer. So the umpires are walking their way back out onto the surface. Noblesville Trophies are located at 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana, 46060. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can reach them by phone by dialing 317-773-7391. Again, that number is 317-773-7391. Online, it's NoblesvilleTrophies.com. So they're not quite ready to go back out on the surface. University High School in a huddle out in front of their dugout, and they will jog out to their respective positions. So another hand clap from the fans here today. These fans trying to stay dry underneath the canopy here. This is a grandstand. This field's been here a while. I would guess they added the synthetic field turf much after the grandstand in the field was first put into action. So we're going to get some warm-ups again. It's Caleb Stocker. Get some warm-up tosses. They're going to go with a courtesy runner at first base for Providence. Lincoln Crewer. And at first base during the running is number 10, Garrett Jennings. Garrett Jennings at first base. He's a member of the sophomore class. So they throw one down again, get ready to go. There's 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. And stepping into bat for Providence is number one, Foster Nash. He plays second base, right-handed batter. Foster Nash checking out the footing right there around home plate. He'll step in, right-handed batter. Bases are loaded. There are 2 out. We're in the top of the second inning. Providence, 5 runs in. It's a 5-0 contest here in the top of the second. Out of the set, Stocker. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch, going to get the uniform hit by pitch. So that ball is saturated. It is moist. Not a lot you can do about it except bring a new baseball in, and that would take a lot of baseballs. But Wilson makes a lot of baseballs. So hit by pitch, run comes in. To score from third base, that's number 24, Cole Hewitt. Here comes a pitch from Stocker. Going to take a drive to right center. Going to bounce in one time. We'll go to Cooper Burnett coming in to score 2 runs from third base. They'll throw to second base. Safe at second. It's going to be a single and a 2 RBI base hit. Off the bat. Right there. Of number 1, Foster Nash. So runners at second and third base. 8 runs in for Providence here in the second inning. Right-handed batter going to step in. Number 11, Carter O'Daffer. Open stance. He'll close it a bit. Here comes a pitch from Stocker. Outside and low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs. Top of the second, 8-hitter O'Daffer for Providence. Out of the set, here comes the pitch. Breaking pitch, got the outside edge. Strike call. 1 ball, 1 strike. Peering in, looking at signals. Out of stretch, now the set. He'll check third base. Here's the pitch. Pitch comes in low and inside for a ball. Count goes 2-1. You need a baseball replenishment. That ball hits the surface. It's going to be damp. It's going to be too damp to pitch the baseball, so they get a new one. Home plate umpire pockets that one. He rubs it up a bit. 2-1 count. Out of the set for Stocker. Here's the pitch. Swung on. He'll pop one up. Playable. Shortstop going to give it a look. It's Beckett Sue. He'll catch it out in the grass. And there are 3 outs here in the top of the second inning. Top of the second inning. Providence put 8 runs on the board. University Trailblazers going to bat in the bottom of the second inning. And we'll see if Gavin Jackson can grip the baseball from the pitcher's rubber. We'll also mention this game is in part being brought to you by Camino and Company. You can reach Camino and Company on the web by going to Camino-and-Company.com. That's Camino and Company. They are in downtown Noblesville. They're on the square. They're on the northeast side of the square in Noblesville, right there by the courthouse. And we'll mention Camino and Company. They are a mobile flower shop brought to you by local flower farmers and providers, small business partners, and the Camino and Company founders. Their mascot is a 1984 El Camino SS. And El Camino belongs to V.E. Witham. V.E. Witham is the grandpa of Carly Witham Elbrecht. Carly Witham is the owner of Camino and Company. And her goal at Camino and Company is to please each customer from their concepts to the Camino and Company completion. You can explore their website. Again, it's Camino-and-Company.com. That's Camino and Company. They are now booking 2025 brides. They'll help you with your wedding plans. They'll make it simpler for you. So getting ready to step in for the University Trailblazers. Going to be number 9. Number 9, who's the 6th hitter? Philip Jacobs. Philip Jacobs, a member of the junior class. He'll step in, right-handed batter on deck. Right there is number 14. Charlie Pruitt. First pitch comes in, strike call. No balls, 1 strike, right-handed batter. Philip Jacobs. Here's a pitch from Jackson. Going to take one right side on the line drive, out of play. Got the sweet spot on that bat. He'll step back in. No balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the wind and the pitch. Outside a ball, well outside. Goes back to the backstop. Count goes 1-2. So does Gavin Jackson. Is he having difficulty with a moist baseball? He'll dry his right hand off on that towel back behind the rubber. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Timeout called right-handed batter's box. Timeout called right there by Philip Jacobs. He'll step back in. 1-2 count. From the windup, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and take another one. Foul ball, right side, out of play. Quick hands through the zone. University High School Trailblazers. You know they practice at Round Tripper. Chris Estep owns Round Tripper. Chris Estep was drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates after high school. Here comes the pitch. Outside a ball. Count goes 2-2. Chris Estep did play for the Pirates. I think he played for Montreal also. Good outfielder, Chris Estep. He's the third base coach for University. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Foul ball back to the screen. Quality at bat in the right-handed batter's box. First batter, University. Here in the bottom of the second, Philip Jacobs. 2 feet on the rubber. Peering in. Here comes the wind and the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball. Second base. Fielded by Nash. They'll throw it to first base off target. And it's going to bring the first baseman off the bag. And that first baseman, Blake Strube, nothing much he could do. So a good quality at bat. He's going to reach on air, but Philip Jacobs is safe at first base. Nobody out. Bottom of the second inning. Next batter going to step in for University. Number 14. Number 14, that's Charlie Renek. Right-handed batter. Out of the set. Here's the pitch. High and tight. Little brushback pitch. Count goes 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Thought he was going to pitch from the windup. He stepped back into the stretch without stepping off. Not sure what happened there. Pitch comes in outside a ball. Step 2 feet on the rubber. Step back down into the stretch. B position umpire staring right at him. Here comes a 2-0 pitch. Right down Meridian, strike ball. 14, the batter's box. Right fielder, Charles Renek. Peering in, looking at signals. Out of stretch, now the set. Here comes a 2 pitch. May pick off move. First base, no tag applied. Back in, head first. University High School has a base runner at first base, nobody out. Bottom of the second inning. Peering in, looking at signals. Gavin Jackson out of the set position. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, swinging a miss. Count goes even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're going to step back in. Charles Renek. Working out a stretch, now the set for Jackson. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and take it to center field. Going to back up the center fielder. He was playing him to push the ball the other way, and the catch is made by Cooper Burnett. Drove that a long way off the bat of Renek, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Stepping in for University, number 6. Stepping in right there, number 6 is pitch comes in high. They call it strike. Might have been the first pitch I've seen a called strike that might not have been. Number 6 steps in. My notes are saturated. Pickoff move, first base, back safe. About a B plus, maybe an A- type of move. We'll step back in. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Oliver Kingery. Swing and a miss. He's the 8th hitter for University. Count goes 0-2. Infield playing regular depth. Maybe Nash playing closer to second base. Pitch comes in outside edge, and they're going to call him out. Not sure about that one. He'll go down looking. There's 4 inches from each side of home plate to the front side of the line of the batter's box. 4 inches. 22-inch plate, they can call that. But across the other chalk, I'm not sure. Out of set position with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. And they call that a strike. Not quite sure. Might have opened up the zone with an 8-0 contest. You can't open it up that quick. Out of set. Here comes the pitch. Low for ball 1. In the batter's box, number 17, Sterling Davis. He is the catcher, right-handed batter. 2 outs, 1-1 count. Runner at first base for the Trailblazers. Pitch comes in. Healthy cut, swing and a miss. 1-2 count. Steps back in. Those molded cleats. Molded cleats recommended heavily for synthetic field turf. Here's the pitch. Outside of ball. Kingery fakes a steal attempt. A little bit of a bluff there. Count goes 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. I was set. Castetter is on deck. Here's the pitch. Outside of ball. 3-2 count. I'm going to get new baseball inserted. That was a short hop into the glove of Lincoln Crewer. Ball's made live. Working out a stretch, now the set. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Taking off for second base, going to be ball 4. So 2 aboard with 2 outs for the Trailblazers. And the 1 hitter is going to bat for University. University going to step in, number 4, Ryan Castetter. Going to go with a courtesy runner at first base. First base going to be number 11 right there. And that is number 11, Ethan Kutzinger. He's a sophomore. He plays outfield for Coach Estep. We're now a stretch. Now the set. He'll check second base. Here comes a pitch from Castetter. 2 tester. Pitch comes in, bottom of the zone, strike call. My vantage point is right in front of the press box, down on the metal part of the grandstand, right behind home plate. A little bit elevated. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2. Let me double check that. I think they called that first pitch a ball. Scoreboard might say 1-1. I may be wrong. I've been wrong before. We got 1-1 on the scoreboard, 2 outs. Out of the set, Gavin Jackson. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2. Home plate umpire not holding his fingers up. There we go. It's 2-1. Okay, it's a 2-1 count. We're going to now stretch, peering in, looking at signals. Sterling should say Crewer, the catcher. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul ball, left side. Out in front of the Providence dugout. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Bottom of the second inning, 2 aboard for University. It's an 8-0 contest. Providence in front. They got 8 in the second. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, ground ball up the middle. Go fourth, second base. He tries to catch it with his glove and flip it to second. Ball kind of stuck to the glove, didn't make it to the shortstop, Pennington. And coming in to run, I should say coming in to score right there for University. 1 run in. They have runners at first and second again. So it's going to be a reached on air. Might be a fielder's choice. Did not get the out. Out of set. Here's the pitch from Jackson. Pitch comes in. Strike call. He's got about a 10 o'clock arm slot. He came in a little bit sideways. He's got the inside half to the left-handed batter. That's Beckett Sue in the batter's box. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back to the screen. Left-handed batter. Beckett Sue. That's in the 2 spot. He's going to step back in. He's a member of the junior class. Out of set. Here comes the pitch. Inside and tight. Ball 1. So Beckett Sue, where's number 12? In 31 games, batting .352, a .508 on base percentage. He has 32 hits. Out of set, here comes the pitch. Swung on, ground ball, foul. Back to the screen. He'll stay in the box with that 1-2 count. Beckett Sue on the season, 17 singles, 7 doubles, 4 triples, 3 home runs. He got 31 RBI. You got a duck on the pond at second base. Out of the set, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Outside and high. Ball 2. 2-2 count to Beckett Sue. He is the shortstop for University. Peering in, looking at signals. Out of the set, Gavin Jackson. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Beckett Sue with a pretty good eye at home plate. 2-hitter for University. On deck is number 10, Cooper Kamak. Out of the set, here comes the 3-2. Outside, ball 4. Runners were on their horses. They jog in to second and third. Beckett Sue, a quality at bat. Picks up a base on balls. He's at first base now. Beckett Sue picks up base on balls, number 27 on the season. Lincoln Crewer calls time. He's jogging out. Going to talk with Gavin Jackson. So bases loaded for University. They have 1 run in. Bottom of the second inning, a lot of baseball yet to be played. Jogging over to second base runner. Here's Ryan Castell. Stepping into bat. Cooper Kamak. Working from the windup, Gavin Jackson. Here's the pitch. Full swing, foul ball. left side. Count goes 0-1. No balls, one strike. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher, pitching from the windup. Bases loaded. Here comes the pitch from Jackson. Outside, I should say, outside half. Right below the kneecap, strike called. Count goes 0-2. Cooper Kamak batting in the 3 spot. Here comes the wind and the pitch. We're going to call him out. We're going to say outside edge. You know what? That's a difficult pitch to hit, even if it is a strike. So the Knights, I should say, the Trailblazers leave 3 on base. They come up with 1 run here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. We'll go to the top of the 3rd after 2 innings of play. Providence Pioneers 8, University Trailblazers 1. And we're gonna get a little bit of a safety dance here on the PA. Safety dance. I say what? Men without hats. And I will also mention today's ball game is being brought to you by AGM Auto LLC. At AGM Auto, you'll not only be treated with pure professionalism, you'll appreciate their state-of-the-art diagnostics and their up-to-date status of each of the AGM technicians. And AGM doesn't only work under the hood. AGM works toward the recovery and the restoration. They restore cars and trucks. They make them beautiful cars and trucks. And you'll find them in showrooms across state of Indiana. They are mechanically and cosmetically true. And if you have a flatbed, you can take that car or truck that might be under a tarp, or maybe it's outside the barn, and it could be rejuvenated. And right there, you can contact AGM, 317-984-5283. Stepping in for Providence, going to be number 3, Kalen Sipes. University going with the new pitcher on the diamond. Got his warm-up tosses right there. Going to get some glove. Get some glove tap there by the catcher with glove to glove. They're going through the signals right now. And I'm talking it up right there. And they jog back behind the dish right there. Sterling Davis stepping into bat for Providence. Number 3, Kalen Sipes working out a stretch. Double set. Here comes the pitch. Left-handed pitch outside a ball. Doing the pitching for University is number 10, Cooper Kamak. Out of a set. Here comes the pitch. Breaking pitch in there for a strike. Lefty facing a lefty. A double check here. It is Cameron Rady, Meyer, number 40. Hard to see his profile 4. Here comes the pitch. Breaking pitch, identical pitch, taken for a strike. Count goes 1-2. Cameron Rady, he's a senior class member, left-handed pitcher. He does wear number 40. Working out a stretch, now the set. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Back up the middle. High hop, shortstop fields it. Sue throws across the diamond, gets the put out with Cooper Kamak. So Kamak wearing number 10. Cameron Rady wearing number 40. Cameron Rady, he's got an ERA of 1.13. He's 4-0 on the season. He's got 1 save. That's his appearance number 11. 31 innings, 16 hits, 7 runs, 5 were earned, 13 walks, 45 strikeouts. He's hit 4 batters along the way. He's committed 2 balks. That's in 31 innings. Out of set. Here comes the pitch from Rady. Foul ball. Back to the screen. 1 hitter. He's the leadoff batter in today's game. That's number 2, Lucas Mock. No balls, 1 strike. Working out a stretch. Now the set. Here's the pitch from Rady. You're going to put a bunt down out in front of the pitcher's mound. He'll pick it up. He'll throw to first. They're going to get him at first base, and it's a good call. Providence fans didn't like the call, but the call was good. They say a tie goes to the runner. That is fictitious. That ball is already in the glove, popping the glove when the base is touched. He's out, and I believe he got him cleanly anyway. So 2 outs. Top of the 3rd inning. Stepping in. Number 25. Pruitt. He's going to try to check his swing. And they're going to call the strike at home plate. And Providence fans not too happy. Check swing there. It was handled by the home plate umpire. He made a good call. It's strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. 25, stepping back in. Gavin Jackson for second pitch comes in outside. Short hops the glove. Good glove by Davis. Count goes 1-1. Gavin Jackson, the pitcher of record for the Pioneers. Out set. Here's the pitch from Rady. Pitch comes in outside a ball. Low for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tell you what, first pitch comes in. If you get a strike called on you, what's the big deal? You get 3. Here comes a 2-1 pitch from Cameron Rady. Outside a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike. Pitching gingerly. Gavin Jackson, he doubled in his first at-bat. Here comes a pitch from Rady. Pitch comes in high, ball 4. So Jackson jogs down to first base, and Jackson is the pitcher. They're going to go with the courtesy runner again. So Gavin Jackson touches first base. He's going to jog off the diamond back into the third base dugout. And jogging out to run for him again is number 16, Mason Wentz. So with 2 outs, next batter going to step in for Providence is number 24, Cole Hewitt. Working out a stretch, now the set. Check first base. Here's the pitch from Rady. Breaking pitch finishes away, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Second baseman back on the lip of the grass. That's Foster Nash. Out of set, here comes the pitch. Ground ball, foul, right side. They got some foul territory a little bit out in front of the first base dugout. It's not quite the same third base dugout. It tapers to the foul pole. Here comes a set. Here comes a pickoff move. First base, nonchalant throw from Rady over to Kamak. 1 ball, 1 strike. Going to step back in. Double set. Here comes the pitch. Outside and low. Ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 1 runner aboard at first base for Providence. He's the courtesy runner, Mason Wentz. Out of the set. Here comes the pitch from Rady. Swung on, ground ball, base hit. Between second base and first base on the ground, we're going to make the throw to third base. Just off target. It was a good throw from Caleb Sykes. So they round second base. Providence have runners at second and third base. So a base hit off the bat of Hewitt. He'll take second base on the throw to third. Throw to third was just off target. Brought Castetter off the bag to his right to stop the baseball. So stepping in, 4-hitter, number 7, Blake Strube, out of set. Here comes a pitch from Rady. Breaking pitch finishes in the synthetic turf right there. That was Sterling Davis with a good short hop. 1 ball, no strikes. Out of stretch, now the set position. Here comes the pitch. Backdoor curveball. Ball, the bat got loose there from the hands of Blake Strube. And you know that bat handle is moist. He's wearing batting gloves. That ball went flying. You have seen that happen in major league ball games. Sometimes it's really dangerous. Sometimes that happens. It goes into stands. They ask for the baseball bat back so the guy can finish his at bat. And then when he gets back to the dugout, he'll take that fan another baseball bat just to be kind and show the generosity of his character. So he'll change the batting gloves there. He will go with some white ones. He did have blue batting gloves. He's going with white now. He'll go back with two of them. Number 7, the 4-hitter, Blake Strube. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was a swinging strike, count 1-1. Working from the stretch, now the set. Cameron Rady on the mound. Here comes the pitch. Breaking pitch, finishes low and inside. Another good block by Sterling Davis. Sterling Davis going to toss one back out. I see the back of his number now, and it is number 40, Cameron Rady. He's a bigger young man than I thought. Out of set. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Strike called. Outside half, knee high. Count goes 2-2 to the 4-hitter, Blake Strube. Runners at second and third. One base is open. Now a stretch, now the set. He'll check second base. Here comes a pitch from Cameron. Swung on, ground ball foul out in front of the third base dugout. So Strube will stay in the box with a 2-2 count. Piernan looking at signals. Out of the stretch. Now the set position. He'll check second base. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. He'll take a drive, foul, right side. They're going to try to get to it. It's going to go out of play. Pretty good effort right there from Oliver Kingery, second baseman. Cooper Kamak, the first baseman. And Charles Renek was right there. He's the right fielder. So the count remains 2-2. Stepping back in, number 7, Blake Strube. There are 2 out. 2-2 count. 2 aboard, second and third. Out of the set, here's the pitch. Outside, ball 3. 3-2 count. Step behind the rubber, a step back in. Piernan looking at signals. His catcher, Sterling Davis. Out of the set. 3-2 pitch from Rady. Swung on, ground ball, base hit. Between shortstop and third base. They'll score 1. Coming in to score, 32 runner. 16, Mason wins. And getting held up at third base. He slipped on the surface. He wasn't going anywhere. That's Colt Hewitt. So runners at first and third base. 1 run in here in the top of the 3rd inning. It's a 9-1 contest. Providence in front of University. Stepping in. 5-hitter, number 6, Lincoln Crewer. He is the catcher. Here's the pitch. Strike called. Right down meridian. He was watching 1. No balls, 1 strike. Piernan signals. Out of the set position. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, foul ball. Left side, out of play. So that got beyond the seats. Young man chasing that down. Shenandoah and Evansville Modern Day waiting to play. Here comes a pickoff move, first base nonchalant. Runners at first and third base. At first base, it's Blake Strube. At third base, Cole Hewitt. Out of set, they're going to flip it over. Pickoff move, safe again. 0-2 count. Working from a stretch, now the set. Clouds got blue sky. Here comes a pitch, taken off for second base. They're going to try to throw him out. That's ball 1. A good play right there. University. That was Sterling Davis. Hits the cutoff. Sue shortstop. He throws back to third base, but safe at third is Hewitt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Peering in, looking at signals. Long Pierre, still in the stretch. Cameron Rady. 1-2, he'll set position. A step off the back of the rubber. Timeout call right there in the batter's box. Number 7, Blake Strube. A long time to concentrate. Back in now, out of set position. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Outside, a ball. Count goes 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at second and third base for Providence. Stepping back in, I should mention, is number 6, Lincoln Crewer. Out of the set, double set. We'll call it the triple set. Here's the pitch. Outside a ball. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There is a base open for the 5-hitter, Lincoln Crewer. And then look at the signals. Cameron Rady, senior class pitcher. Out of set. Here comes a 3-2 pitch. Swung on, he'll drive one to center field. Going to have some air under it. Coming in to make the catch in center field is Cooper Burnett. And the Providence Pioneers are retired here in the top of the third. They pick up 1 run. After 2.5 innings, Providence 9, University 1. And we'll go to the bottom of the third inning. 11:33 Central Time, 12:33 Eastern. That Evansville Model Day game with Shenandoah is definitely going to be behind the times. And we'll go to the bottom of the third inning. 9-1 contest. And then we do appreciate you tuning in. And we'll mention, we're going to go with a different pitcher right now. Different pitcher for Providence. Providence going to go with Carter O'Dapper. The number 11, Carter O'Dapper, going to step in. And we'll mention Carter O'Dapper. He's got an ERA of 3.17. He's got a record of 1-1. He's got 1 save. This is appearance number 7. He's faced 76 batters. He has thrown a total of 280 pitches. He got 17 2/3 innings under his belt. He's given up 12 hits, 12 runs. 8 runs were earned. He has walked 6 batters. He has struck out 8 batters on the season. Take that back. He struck out 18 batters on the season. Right-handed pitcher, getting warmed up right now for Providence. So again, we do thank you for tuning in. And we'll mention a little bit about Providence. Providence will mention in the postseason, they have not given up a run prior to the second inning in this ballgame. University Trailblazers at this point have scored the only run against Providence in the 2025 postseason. We'll mention they got the Eastern Musketeers first game of the sectional, 5 innings, a 10-0 contest. I'll take that back. And we'll mention they got 7 hits in the game. Salem Lions on the Saturday, the 31st semifinal, also 10-0, 5 runs. And in the final, 7-0 against Paoli. And in the last week, 12-0 against Switzerland County. Believe it or not, Switzerland County, their mascot, the Pacers. Go Pacers. Stepping in, Central Catholic. Right-handed batter. Here's first pitch, comes in low and outside. Let's step back in. Number 11, Ethan Kutzinger. Here comes the wind and the pitch. Take that back. It's 21 base hit. No, he's going to go up the middle, try to make the play. They were calling out. That play was a good one. Shortstop Parker Pennington fielded that ground ball right in front of second base and got the put out at first base. And there's one out here in the bottom of the third inning. Pretty much robbed a base hit off the bat of 21, Griffin Wright. So stepping in, right-handed batter. Griffin Wright is the DH in the contest for University. Stepping in, number 5, Cooper Burnett, another right-handed batter. Cooper Burnett batting .312, a .402 on base. He's going to shoot one to center field. There's a line shot. It had just a tad bit of air under it. And the catch is made by Cooper Burnett, the center fielder. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. So next batter going to step in for University. It's going to be Philip Jacobs. Philip Jacobs got himself aboard. And what he had a walk last time up. The quality at bat. Philip Jacobs, a member of the junior class. He listed as a utility player. Here comes the wind and the pitch. Take one to right field. It's going to be a foul ball. Might have enough room to catch it, and he will. Foul territory. Right field line making the catch in right field. Caitlin Sykes. And the Trailblazers are retired here in the bottom of the third inning. After 3 innings complete, Providence 9, University 1. Again, we do thank you for tuning in. And this ball game being brought to you by PutMeInSports.com. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll mention this game is in part being brought to you by Scott G. That's Scott Gashaw. He's from Tipton. He was a wrestler and a football player back in school. And he says, when time is good, when you share, you should. Share and share alike. Support Indiana Middle School and High School athletics. That's Scott G. from Tipton. And we'll also mention this game is in part being brought to you by Fritz and Fishers. Fritz and Fishers. They're Fritz in Noblesville. They are both celebrating 43 years in the car sales business in the heart of the Nickel Plate District. They have late model cars and trucks. Each vehicle, free delivery inspection. You can reach them by phone in Fishers at 317-842-2228. Right there in Noblesville. That's between Noblesville and Westfield. You can dial them there at 317-773-2232. Stepping into bat for Providence, number 1, Foster Nash. Right-handed batter, he's the second baseman. Working from the stretch. Second inning of work, number 40, Cameron Rady. Here's the pitch. Swung on, he'll take one foul, right side, out of play. That's number 1, Foster Nash. Steps back in, working from the stretch. Now the set position. Here comes the pitch. Outside a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Right-handed batter, left-handed pitcher. Cameron Rady. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Rady. Outside a ball. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out. Top of the 4th inning. Alva set for Rady. Here comes the pitch. Breaking pitch, missed just outside. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Peering in, looking at signals. Cameron Rady out of the set position. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. We'll draw a walk. Jogging at first base is number 1, Foster Nash. Next batter going to step in for Providence. Going to be number 8, Brady Haynes. Right-handed batter steps in now. Brady Haynes. on the season, batting .263. Out of set. Rady taking off for second base. We're trying to throw him out. He's going to be out because we got batter interference. Batter interference. They're going to put the runner back at first base, and the batter is going to be called out. So that was batter interference on number 8, Brady Haynes. His swing and a miss took him out in front of home plate. And Sterling Davis bumped into him with his right arm on the throw to second. So he'll set down. There's one out. Stepping into bat, going to be number 11, Carter O'Dapper. Working from a stretch, Cameron Rady. Out of a set position. Pickoff move, first base, no tag applied. Back safely. At first base is number 1, Foster Nash. There's one out. Top of the 4th inning. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, swing and a miss. Healthy cut for Carter O'Dapper. Count goes 0-1. Cameron Rady working out a stretch, peering in, looking at signals from his catcher, Sterling Davis. Now out of a set position. Here comes a pickoff move. First base, nonchalant. Back safely is Nash. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Right-handed batter, number 11, Carter O'Dapper. Here comes the pitch. Outside, a little bit tall. Count goes, double check here, 1 ball, 1 strike. Peering in, looking at signals, out of the stretch. Now the set for Rady. Checks first base, checks it again. Here comes the pitch. Inside and low, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. He's going to step back in. Both of them, batter's box, pitcher's rubber. Peering in, looking at signals, is Rady. Now out of the set position, pickoff move, first base. Little flip throw out of the stretch. And a good play there, saving a base right there with Kamak at first base. The first baseman, his job is to save throwing errors. And he did one right there. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch. He wanted to check his swing, went ahead and swung. Swing wasn't the type of swing he wanted. Count goes 2-2. Number 11, Carter O'Dapper. Working out a stretch, now the set position. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Taking off for second base, swing and a miss. Ball gets by Sterling, and they're going to call him out. But it's a drop third strike, and he'll be safe at first base. I was curious to whether or not that was a foul tip, but there's no call. Nope, they are. They're going to bring him back. They're going to call him out because first base was, I take that back because not sure why they called him out. Not sure. But there was one out. Scoreboard might have said 2. Nope. Scoreboard was right. So stepping in now. Going to bat number 3, Kalen Sipes. Breaking pitch finishes above the zone. Ball 1. So moving over to third base is number 1, Foster Nash. There are 2 out. Top of the 4th inning. It's a 9-1 contest. Providence in front. 1-0 count. Here comes the pitch. Right down Meridian. And no strike there. Not going to get him a strike there. That was close. If close is close. 2 balls, no strikes. Working from a stretch. Now the set is Rady. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, foul ball. Straight back, got the screen. Count goes 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. 9-hitter for Providence. Number 3, Kalen Sipes. A little bit of an open stance. Out of the set. Here comes a 2-1 pitch from Rady. Breaking pitch high. Going to get by the glove of Sterling Davis coming in to score from third base is number 1, Foster Nash. So 1 run in here in the top of the 4th inning. Still in the batter's box. Working there is number 3, Kaylin Sipes. Working out a stretch, looking at signals. Sterling Davis, catcher, out of the set position. Cameron Rady. Here comes the pitch. High inside for a ball. And you're going to jog down to first base. Must have been a 3-2 count. I was going to take that back. It was 3-1. It's ball 4 above the glove. Sterling Davis, and he jogs, he sprints down to first base. Caitlin Sipes. He's the lone base runner now for University. Stepping in, number 2, Lucas Mock, batting .431. Now left-handed batter's box, .488 on base percentage. Timeout called by Mock. Too much time to concentrate. Mock on the season, he's played in 21 games. They played 22. As mentioned, they had 5 games that were canceled, likely due to weather. So they didn't play 5 of them, and we'll mention University on the season, 20-11. So they've played 31 games to this point. Pioneer just 22. So walking out to the pitcher's rubber is Chris Estep. Jogging off the walk off the diamond right there. That's number 40, Cameron Rady. He gets a good hand clap from the University faithful. They made the trip, and they're going to go with the second relief pitcher. He wears number 8. It's going to be Jacob Shear. Jacob Shear, another junior class member, a right-handed pitcher. Jacob Shear. He's got a 1.85 ERA. He's got a 3-1 record. 11 1/3 innings under his belt. He's given up 8 hits, 4 runs. 3 of those runs were earned. He's walked 10 batters. He has struck out 10 batters. 55 pitches. 55 batters, I should say, along the way. He's thrown a total of 233 pitches. Right-handed pitcher. He's committed 1 balk. He has hit 3 batters along the way. So he's out on the pitcher's rubber now. Have all of his friends around him. So what, that goes a long way. And out there in center field, they're having a convention. And we do thank you for tuning in. We'll mention this game is also, in parts, being brought to you by Honey Creek Resort State Park. A 3-day weekend is on the horizon. Time to pack your bags and escape to Honey Creek Resort. Honey Creek Resort is not only the ideal spot for your next sales meeting or conference, it is the perfect destination for some well-earned R&R. You can unwind, recharge, and make the most of your long weekend in comfort and style. Book online or call. You can call them at 641-724-1450 to book your weekend getaway. That's honeycreekresort.com. Stepping in once again to number 2, Lucas Mock, left-handed batter. Working out a stretch, now the set. Here comes the first pitch. Swung on, foul ball, left side out of play. Some blue skies showing big time now with some white clouds. So it looks good for baseball. No balls, 1 strike. Stepping back in, number 2. Right there. This comes in high and away for ball 1. Number 2, Lucas Mock. Ball 1, so 1-1 count. Out of set. Here comes the pitch from Jacob Shear. He'll try to steal second base. He'll throw it down right in there, and he's coming off the base. He's going to be called out. That'll be out number 3. You got to admit, this turf, if you slide on turf, you'll go a lot further than you thought you was going to go. So turf right there. So goes right out there, and he slid off the bag. I think he was going to be out anyway. He was going to be. So The out is recorded at second base. So Lucas Mock will lead off the top of the fifth inning. So at the end of 3.5, Providence Pioneers 10, University Trailblazers 1. And I'm going to get some warm-up tosses out there on the pitcher's rubber. That wind's picking up just a little bit right here. And wind blowing everywhere. Thank you. So get some warm-up tosses. Right-handed pitcher. Back behind the dish. Sterling should be behind the dish is Lincoln Crewer. So umpires talking out there beyond second base. Out in the grass. And the next batter in the lineup for University is going to be number 14. That's going to be Charlie Renek. Where's number 14? Back out on the pitcher's rubber for University, number 11, Ethan Cutzinger. It's going to be Rennick. Right-handed batter going to step in. On the season, he's played in 29 games, batting .291. He's got a .388 on base percentage. On deck is number 6. First pitch comes in low. On deck is number 6, Oliver Kingery. Here comes a wind end of pitch. Cutzinger, going to be a shot over the shortstop's head, a base hit. Goes into left field. He'll backhand it. Left fielder, Lucas Mock. He rounded first base, thought about taking the second base, but he'll stay at first. Base hit off the bat of Charles Renek. So first batter aboard for University. Stepping in, number 6, Oliver Kingery. Out of set. Double set. Here comes the pitch. Ball comes in low and outside, ball 1. So working right there on the pitcher's rubber, number 11, Carter O'Dapper. O'Dapper on the rubber. Looks at first base, out of stretch. Now the set position. Peers in, look at first, here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2. O'Dapper has kind of a different looking double set from the stretch. He'll take that, he's a right-handed pitcher, to take that left foot back towards the rubber and then back and square it up with his right foot. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, base hit. 2 base hits consecutive for University. Credit that base hit to number 6, Oliver Kingery. And University have 2 aboard with nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So home plate umpire going to get his stenographer's pad out. Going to do some accounting. Stepping in the box is going to be number 11, Ethan Cutzinger. Left-handed batter. Cutzinger on a season in 10 games, batting .333, .714 on base percentage. Going to try to punch a bunt down right there. It's outside. He'll offer at it. Count goes 1 strike. There's a 0-1 count. Peering in, looking at signals. Out stretch, now the set position. He'll look at second base. Here's the pitch. He will try to bunt again. It's going to be a foul ball right there around home plate. Count goes 0-2. Ethan Cutzinger comes off the bench, pinch hitter. Coach Estep was wanting to move the runners. 0-2 count. We'll see if he tries to bunt again with two strikes. Left-handed batter on deck for University is number 4, Ryan Castetter. Ryan Castetter, the one hitter for University. Runners at first and second. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Low for ball 1. So Providence fans getting kind of vocal here trying to umpire the game. I know I'm guilty of that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Peering in, looking at signals. I was set. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. It'll be a ground ball, third base. He'll step on third. He'll throw across the diamond. Safe at first. Third base was kind of wet. Nice play there by Castetter. That was Ryan Castetter. We'll take that back. That was Gavin Jackson playing third. Gavin Jackson steps on third, gets the force out, throws across the diamond, and a little bit of slip right there on the bag. Didn't get everything he wanted on the throw. So there's 1 out. Runners at first and second base. Stepping in, Beckett Sue, shortstop. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch inside a ball. We take that back. It's Ryan Castetter. Castetter, the leadoff batter, nearly got hit by pitch. That was inside and tight. Count goes 1-0. 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Alva set. Checks second base. Here comes the pitch for Kutzinger. Gonna be a shot to left field. Base hit. Gonna be picked up there in left field by Philip Jacobs. Coming around third base to score the second run for the Trailblazers is number 6, Oliver Kingery. So now Beckett Saw, they call him Saw. Went by pronunciation. Whoever walked by me, I apologize if I'm wrong. Beckett Saw in the batter's box, left-handed batter. Steps in now. Alva set. Here comes a pitch from Kutzinger. Pitch comes in, strike call. So Beckett Saw, left-handed batter. Where's number 12? In 31 games, batting .352, on base percentage of .508. Alva set. Kutzinger checks second base. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Ethan Kutzinger, right-handed pitcher. Beckett Saw in the batter's box. 1-1 count with 1 out. Runners at first and second base for University. Here comes the pitch. Foul one, left side. Looks like it's going to be a foul ball. It's going to land foul. It's going to bounce out of play. So 3 guys giving it a look right there. Pretty long way to run for Castetter to the third baseman. Beckett Sue I take that back. Third baseman, Carter Pennington. Pennington, the shortstop. And left fielder, Mock. Tell you what, my notes are all saturated. They are flare pen crazy. Trying to read them. We'll try to get better for the second game tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Alva set for Kutzinger. Ethan Kutzinger, here's the pitch. Outside a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Let's step back in. Number 12, Beckett Sue. Looking out the stretch. Peering in, looking at signals. Now the set position. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 3. Number 12, Beckett Sue, another junior class member. He's a middle infielder and a right-handed pitcher. He's got 32 hits on the season, 31 RBI. He's got a man in scoring position at second base. Out of the set, here comes a 3-2 pitch to Sue. High and tight, ball 4. Had to get out of the way of that. Coach Trey Watson going to come out of the Pioneers dugout. He's going to walk out, talk with his infield. And the bases are loaded for University with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. University have 1 run in. It's a 10-2 contest. This game is far from over. So baseball here at Evansville University. We do thank you for tuning in. And the home plate umpire walks out. Going to talk just for a moment. Break up the meeting there at the pitcher's mound. Stepping in for Providence, number 10, Cooper Kamak. Bases loaded, right-handed batter. Kamak, 30 games, batting .340. Out of the windup. Here's the pitch from Cutzinger. Breaking pitch, didn't get the break. Hit by pitch. He'll jog down to first base. Got it in the back. Coming in to score from third base, University. High school going to score their third run the ball game. That run scored by number 11, Ethan Hutzinger. And then they're going to go with the pitching change. Providence going to go with the change right here. So 10-3 contest with one out. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Well mentioned, Providence with 9 hits in the ball game. University now with 3. Providence have 2 errors on the board. Providence has not committed an error. So get some warm-up tosses right there. Left-handed pitcher for Providence. And some warm-up tosses with his catcher, Lincoln Crewer. I know I've messed up some names here. I've probably mentioned some names from the opposite teams. I apologize for that, but my notes are crazy. So they're going to get 2 more tosses right here. Warm-up tosses. The base runners for University going to retake their bases. Bases are loaded for the University Trailblazers. Doing the pitching now for Providence is number 24, Cole Hewitt. Cole Hewitt on the season. He's got an ERA of 5.65. He's got a win-loss record of 2 wins, no losses. This is appearance number 5. He has faced 45 batters. He's thrown a total of 201 pitches. He's got 8 2/3 innings under his belt. He's given up 6 hits, 10 runs, 7 runs were earned. And he's walked 14 batters. He has struck out 17 batters. So he'll step to the rubber. Left-handed batter. Next batter to step in for Providence going to be number 21, Griffin Wright. Griffin Wright going to step in. And he's going to bat here in the inning. And I got some notes falling all over the place. And I'm probably going to need a couple of them. And I'm working from the windup. Bases loaded. First pitch to right. Outside, ball 1. So number 21, Griffin Wright. Griffin Wright on the season. 29 games, batting .289. Here comes the wind and the pitch. Inside, ball 2. The batting .289. His on-base percentage is .402. 22 hits. 18 singles, 4 doubles. Out of the windup, here comes a 2-0 pitch. Right down meridian, strike call. Griffin Wright was going to look at 1. Count goes 2-1. Griffin Wright, 93 plate appearances, 76 at-bats. Right-handed batter. Here comes the left-handed pitch. Swung on, he'll foul it. Right side out of play. Pretty quick hands through the zone. Coach E-Step using some of his bench right here, getting some guys in the ballgame. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the wind and the pitch. Breaking pitch, swing and a miss. Look at how speed right there. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Next pitcher, or the next batter, going to step in, number 5, Cooper Burnett. He's a senior. Cooper Burnett plays center field for the Trailblazers. Here comes the wind and the pitch. High, well above the zone, ball 1. Cooper Burnett on the season in 31 games, batting .312, a .402 on-base percentage, 117 plate appearances, 96 at-bats. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, ground ball, base hit. Between third base and shortstop, here comes the throw to the plate. It's not going to be in time, and University put 2 runs on the board with that base hit from Cooper Burnett. So, University with 2 outs, put 2 more on the board. 4 runs in here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's a 10-5 contest. Gonna step into bat, right-handed batter. Number 9, Philip Jacobs. Jacobs batting .286, .360 on base percentage. Right-handed batter. Runners at first and second base for the Trailblazers. Here's the pitch. Thought about squaring the bunt, pulled the bat back. It's a ball outside. So number 9, Philip Jacobs. You thought about bunting with two outs on the board. The infield, I should say, the first baseman's in on the grass now. Here comes the pitch. They're going to call that a strike. Not sure about that one. Might have been a makeup. I don't know. But the count goes 1-1. Peering in, looking at signals. Out of stretch. Now the set. Going to be time called. Doing the pitching now for Providence is number 24, Cole Hewitt. Cole Hewitt on the pitcher's rubber. Peering in, looking at signals. Now the set position. Check second base. Here's the 1-1 pitch. High and outside, ball 2. He's popping the glove. Popping the glove right there of Lincoln Crewer. Just above the zone. Count goes 2-1. Runners at first and second base for the Trailblazers. Out of the set. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 3. 3-1 count. Step back in. Trailblazers number 9, Philip Jacobs, junior class member. Out of the set. Here comes a 3-1 pitch. Swung on, going to hit it skyward. A lot of air under that. Is it going to drop in? Nope. It's going to be caught by the left fielder. Catch is made by Mock, Lucas Mock. And the Trailblazers are set down, but not before they come up with 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. After 4 completes, Providence 10, University 5. Now, what a ball game. This ball game getting right back into mode here on a Saturday. Semi-state ball game. Second game today here on this diamond. Going to be Shenandoah and Evansville Mater Dei. Shenandoah, tell you what, they've got a home run hitter. Shenandoah, and that is Colin Ozenbaugh. Colin Ozenbaugh, I think he leads the state of Indiana. He is number 84 in the nation with 9 home runs. That's in 26 games. He's from Middletown, Indiana, Shenandoah Raiders. And that's with 113 plate appearances, 76 at-bats. He's got a .513 batting average. He's got 44 RBI. So a couple of coaches from the second game walking down in front of us. They're getting ready for baseball, but their game is not going to start on time. It is 12:10 presently, and that's on the Central Zone time. It's 1:10 back where I'm from and back where University is from on the Eastern time zone. So they throw one down to second base off the fingertips of Sterling Davis. Stepping in to bat is going to be the left fielder, number 2, Lucas Mock. Lucas Mock in 21 games batting .431. He's got a .488 on-base percentage. 81 plate appearances, 72 at-bats. He's got 31 hits. 28 are singles, 3 are doubles. And he leads the team. I take that back. He's second on the team in stolen bases with 10. Here comes the wind and the pitch. Right down meridian, strike call. Number 8, Jacob Shear. Working 2 feet on the rubber. Here comes the wind and the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and take it to the left field. Might be playable. It's going to be a fair ball. Nope, it's going to be a cut. It was a fair ball. Third base umpire went down verified. It was just fair, but didn't make a whole lot of difference. The ball was caught in left field. by Philip Jacobs. So stepping in, Gavin Jackson. Gavin Jackson started this game as the pitcher. He didn't get a lot of work. Might be saving him in case. We'll see. Pitch comes in, breaking pitch outside, ball one. So Jacob Shear doing the pitching for the Trailblazers. Here comes the wind and the pitch. Short off the glove. Good block right there. Good glove by Sterling Davis, the catcher. Sterling Davis, a member of the junior class. We're going to have a lot of guys coming back. Middle infielders back on the lip of the grass behind the dirt. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Outside, ball three. Gavin Jackson, pretty strong-looking guy. Probably plays football. He's got a 3-0 count. We'll see if he's got a green light. Here comes the wind in the pitch from Shear. Inside half, strike called. Lets it go by. It was tight. You're going to step close to the plate right there. 3-1 count. Here comes the wind from Shear. Is a 3-1 pitch. Swung on, shortstop, going to glove it. Stand back up, throw across the diamond, and get the out. What a play. I tell you what, Beckett Sue, anyway, he gloved that to his right backhand, had to come back up to his feet and threw a strike to first base to Kamak and just did get Gavin Jackson. There are 2 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Step in, left-handed batter. Number 24, Cole Hewitt. Here comes the wind and the pitch. High for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes, left-handed batter. 24, Cole Hewitt. Here comes the wind and the pitch. Ground ball foul. First base side. First base coach. Try to give it a go. That was a scorcher. 1 ball, 1 strike. Steps back in. Left-handed batter facing the righty. Jacob Shear. Here comes the pitch. High above the zone, ball 2. 2-1 count. On deck is the catcher, number 7, Strube. Working from the windup. Here's the pitch to 3-1. Lets it go by. Just above the zone, a little bit outside. Count goes 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Peering in, looking at signals. Here comes the pitch from Shear. Same pitch called strike. We might have thought he missed that last pitch. Pitch came in. He calls that one a strike. Count goes full at 3-2. Here comes the wind and the 3-2. Ball 4 above the zone. He'll jog to first base. Hewitt going to make it to first base. And we'll see if Hewitt comes off the diamond. I guess he may not. So stepping into bat, going to be the 4-hitter, number 7, Blake Strube. And he'll step in, right-handed batter, Blake Strube on the season in 20 ball games. He's batting .381, a .440 on base percentage. Out of set, here comes the pitch. Taking off for second base is Hewitt. It's going to be a foul ball. It's going to float out of play. And landed in the bleachers there. We hope it didn't hurt anyone. Shenandoah setting over there. Modern Day setting over there. So they're wanting to play some baseball, but this game ain't over. 10-5 contest. We're at the top of the 5th inning. A lot of baseball yet to be played. Stepping back in. Number 7, Strube. Out of set. Shear. Here comes the pitch. Nope, going to pick-off move. First base. Back safely. Head first is Hewitt. Strube is the back part of that batter's box. Pretty close to the plate. Pick-off move might have him. Nope. Back safely is Hewitt. Pretty good effort there by Shear. That was close. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at first. Out of set. Here's the pitch. Outside of ball. Count goes 1-1. That home plate umpire, he's watching the ball come out of the pitcher's hand. And as soon as it does, he's thinking strike, strike, strike until that ball is proven to be a ball. Out of the set. Shear. Here comes the pitch. Taking off for second base is Hewitt. Throw to second on time. He's going to get him. Hewitt with the head first slide makes the third out in the half inning. And right there is going to be Strube in the batter's box to start the top of the sixth. And 19 pitches in the inning for Scher. They're calling him Scher. It's S-C-H. Go check that. S-H-E-A-R-E-R. I know some Shears back home, pretty much the same spelling. But anyway, 3 outs. And University going to bat here in the bottom of the fifth inning after 4.5 innings. It's a 10-5 contest. Providence in front. And back out on the pitcher's rubber, 24. That is Cole Hewitt, left-handed batter. So getting some warm-ups right there. Baseball here on a Saturday afternoon. Went through a couple of rain delays. First one was longer than the second one. First one, I'm not sure, 15, 20 minutes. Second one, maybe half that. But the rain looks like it's gone away, and the sun is out. There's no more blue sky. It's a bit of a gray sky up there, but it's definitely playable. And they said, as I mentioned, about 79 degrees for a high today. And then right here in Evansville, they're talking about rain for the next 5-6 days. So that's not a lot of fun. But they're going to throw one down, put the ball in the glove right there of number 24, Cole Hewitt. And stepping in for University is number 14, Charles Rennick. Charles Rennick playing right field. Charles Rennick on the season, 29 games, batting .291. Here comes a wind in the pitch from Hewitt. Outside, ball 1. So Rennick has a .291 batting average. He's missed 2 games. He got an on-base percentage of .388. Here comes the pitch. High and tight, ball 2. Rennick on the season entered this game with 103 plate appearances, 86 at-bats. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. High, ball 3. Trying to find that release point is Hewitt. He's letting the ball go a little bit early. Here comes the wind and the 3-0 pitch. High for ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk issued to number 14, Charles Rennick. Charles Rennick picks up base on balls, number 13 on the season. So stepping in, number 6, Oliver Kingery, right-handed batter facing the lefty. Cole Hewitt, here's the pitch. They call that a strike, outside edge. That was pretty close right there. You hear the Providence fans saying, there it is. He's got a profile view. Here comes the pitch. Going to square the bunt. Going to be a foul ball, third baseline. Trying to move the runners. In the batter's box, number 6, Oliver Kingery. Oliver Kingery in 30 ball games, batting .271. He's got a .370 on-base percentage. 83 plate appearances, 70 at-bats. He's got 19 hits, 18 singles. He has 1 double. He'll step back in. A 1-2 0-2 count to Kingery. Out of the set, Hewitt, here's the pitch. Checks his swing, going to get by the catcher. Going to bounce high and taking second base easily. For the Trailblazers is number 14, Charles Rennick. So runner at second base, nobody out. 1-2 count. Steps back in. It's number 14, Charles Rennick. Peering in, looking at signals. Hewitt out of the set. Here comes the pitch. Foul ball back to the screen. Keep it alive in that right-handed batter's box. Rennick on the season. 5 RBI. He's got a guy on the pond right out there at second base. Out of the set. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Breaking pitch, swing and a miss. He's going to be tagged out at home plate by the catcher, Lincoln Crewer. And there's one out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Next batter going to step in. It's going to be number 17, Sterling Davis. Sterling Davis going to step in. He's a junior class member. He's the teacher. Sterling Davis batting 255 in 25 games, 429 on base percentage. He got 14 hits. Here comes the pitch. High and above the zone, ball 1. Sterling Davis, 13 RBI. He has scored 7 runs. He's walked 15 times. A little bit of a closed stance, right-handed batter facing the lefty. Cole Hewitt. Pitch comes in, short off the glove. Good stop there by Sterling Davis. Saved a 90-foot run for the base runner. 2 balls, no strikes. Number 17, Sterling Davis. Here comes the pitch. Outside, a ball. Count goes 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. 2 bases open. Ball 4 right here might warrant another trip to the pitcher's mound. We're going to stretch. Now the set. Here comes a 3-0 pitch. Outside, ball 4. And they're going to call time. He's going to walk out. It's going to be Coach Trey Watson. University going to have runners at first and second base. Next batter going to step in here momentarily. It's going to be number 4, Ryan Castetter. Castetter is the one hitter for Coach Estep. And they're going to talk it over to pitcher's rubber. There's 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 10-5 contest. Providence in front. Providence got 8 runs in the 2nd inning. They got 1 more in the 3rd. I should mention University came up with 1 run in the bottom of the 2nd inning. In the 3rd inning, Providence got 1. And I will mention University did not score in the 3rd. Providence came back, scored a run in the 4th. University came back in the bottom of the 4th and got 4 runs. And University held Providence to no score in the 5th. We're in the bottom of the 5th now, 1 out. Going to have a brand new batter step in, no count. It's actually going to be number 4, Ryan Castetter. And Ryan Castetter, the leadoff batter. He's the first batter for the Trailblazers. And as I mentioned, 1 out. Going to be 2 runners aboard, first and second base for Coach Estep. So they get some warm-up tosses on the pitcher's rubber. Right here for Providence. Going to use a right-handed pitcher. And working right there with Lincoln Crewer. And we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. 10-5 contest. As mentioned, this game is far from over. In these final warm-up tosses right here. And I believe on the pitcher's rubber is number 15, Cooper Nash. Getting some final warm-up tosses. Cooper Nash, he's got an ERA of .68. He's got a 2-0 record. This is appearance number 4. He has faced 43 batters. He has thrown a total of 163 pitches. He's got 10 and a third innings under his belt. He's allowed 4 hits, 7 runs. 1 run was earned. He has struck out 7, and he has walked 7 and struck out 8. So they're talking it right there, getting their signals lined up. So on the pitcher's rubber now is number 15, Cooper Nash. Cooper Nash, a member of the sophomore class. Stepping in, Castetter, Ryan Castetter. Ryan Castetter, a member of the junior class. Runners at first and second base. 1 out. Pitching from the stretch, Cooper Nash. Out of the set position, checks second base. First pitch, healthy touch, swing and a miss. Should be a foul tip in the glove. Still a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Runners at first and second for the Trailblazers. One down here in the bottom of the fifth. 0-1 count is the pitch to Castetter. This good block there. Breaking pitch. Sterling Davis definitely saved a couple of bases there by a good block. I tell you what, Lincoln Crewer, he's a good catcher for Providence. Peering in, looking at signals. Out of the set position, check second base. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Healthy cut, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Going to step back in. Lincoln Crewer, catcher for Providence, also a junior. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Peering in, looking at signals. Now out of the set position. Here comes the pitch. Outside of ball. I tell you what, Providence, they're begging for strikes, and that's not a strike. Not even close. It's high and away. Count goes 2-2. Peering in, looking at signals. Long pier. Cooper Nash out of the set position. Here comes the pitch. Swung on. You're going to hit it right side. Right field. Going to back him up. It's going to be fair. They're going to tag at second. They're going to get third base. Not going to tag at first base. So it's going to be a sacrifice fly off the bat of Ryan Castetter. And next batter we're going to see at the plate, Beckett Saw. Beckett Saw, the shortstop. Where's number 12? He's a member of, double check here. Beckett Saw, number 12, a member of the junior class, left-handed batter. Beckett Saw, batting .352. He's played in every game for Coach Estep. Beckett Saw, .388 on base percentage. Runners on the corners. University trying to get some runs in. There are 2 out. Out of the set position. Nash, here's the pitch. Pitch comes in, strike call. It's a good pitch. Might be close to the best pitch he may see in this at bat. So he lets it go by. It's an 0-1 count. Steps back in. Left-handed batter. Out of the set. Here comes the pitch. Outside and low, ball 1. It's number 12, Beckett Saw. It's S-U-H. Beckett Saw in the batter's box. Lefty. He got 32 hits, 31 RBI. Out of the set, here's the pitch. Outside of ball. Count goes 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Checks signals, steps back in. Straightaway stance. Peering in, looking at signals from the pitcher's rubber. Cooper Nash, here's the pitch. Going to be a shot to second base, going to glove it. He'll stand up and make the throw to first base. And that's the play at second base for number 1, Foster Nash. And then they'll get the out at first base. And the University Trailblazers leave 2 aboard. They do not come up with a run in the bottom of the 5th after 5 completes. Providence, 10. University, 5. So we'll go to the top of the 6th inning. And then we'll mention this game is in part being brought to you today by Camino and Company. Camino and Company, they're located in downtown Noblesville, Indiana. Camino and Company is a mobile flower shop brought to you by local flower farmers and providers. Small business partners and the CNC founders. Their mascot is a 1984 El Camino SS. That El Camino belongs to V.E. Witham. He is the grandpa of Carly Witham Elbrett. Carly Witham is the owner of Camino and Company. And her goal at Camino and Company is to please each customer from their concepts to the Camino and Company completion. You can explore their website. Camino-and-company.com. That's Camino and Company. They are now booking 2025 brides. Contact them via the website. They provide flowers for about every occasion. Camino and Company. If you want to call Carly by cell phone, her number is 317-833-7982. Again, that number is 317-833-7982. So Providence going to step in, going to bat here in the top of the sixth. It's going to be number 7 stepping in. That is Blake Strube. Blake Strube on the season. He's batting .381, a .440 on base percentage. Here comes the pitch. Shear, you're going to pop one up. Might be playable. Foul territory. First baseman giving it a run. Catcher giving it a good run. Sterling Davis. It was right up against the wall back behind home plate. Sterling Davis made the slide feet first, trying to make the catch. And that's the safe way to do it. He's okay. So it's just a foul ball and strike one. So number 7, Blake Strube, going to step back in. He's played in 20 games. This is number 21. 75 plate appearances, 63 at-bats. He has 24 hits. Working from 2 feet on the rubber. Here comes the wind and the pitch. Outside of ball. So back out on the pitcher's rubber for the Trailblazers is number 8, Jacob Scher. Here comes the pitch. Outside edge, strike call. Count goes 1-2. Strube just stays in the box. Don't move his feet. Stays in there. No base runners, no signals given. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Low for ball 2. So a little bit of generosity right there by the home plate umpire. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Peering in. Look at the signals. Out of the windup. Here's the 2-2. Breaking pitch. That's going to get him. Got the dish. Broke away. Nicely placed. Breaking pitch from Scher. So there's 1 out here in the top of the 6th. So we're going to send to the plate. Number 6. Stepping in, Lincoln Crewer. Crewer is the catcher. Here comes the wind and the pitch to the lefty. Breaking pitch inside, ball 1. Lincoln Crewer in 20 ball games, batting .381. Double check that. Lincoln Crewer in 20 ball games, batting 3. He's going to take a shot to right field. Right at the right fielder, Charles Renneck. And that was a shot off the bat of number 6, Lincoln Crewer. I should mention Crewer in 22 ball games, he's batting .350, .481 on base percentage. And he had a base hit there, but it got robbed in right field. Charles Renneck, there are 2 out. So stepping in will be number 1, Nash. First pitch comes in low and outside, ball 1. Foster Nash batting. 1-0 count. Here comes the wind and the pitch. Healthy cut, swing and a miss. Foster Nash playing in his 22nd game. He's batting .207. Yeah, .333 on base percentage. 12 hits, 10 RBI. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Scher. Above the zone right there, above the glove of catcher Sterling Davis. Count goes 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs. Top of the 6th. 10-5 contest. Providence in front. Here comes the wind and the pitch. Low for ball 3. So 2 feet on the rubber. Number 8, Jacob Scher. Here's the pitch. Tried to check his swing. Strike called. Providence didn't think he went, but the home plate umpire made the call, and that was a no-brainer. 3-2 count. Full count. Working from the wind-up, here comes the wind and the pitch from Scher. Swing and a miss. It was upstairs. He took a wave at it, and there are 3 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. So top of the 6th in the books. No runs. And for Providence, after 5.5 innings, Providence 10. University 5. University going to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning. And again, we thank you for tuning in. And we'll mention once again, this game is in part being brought to you by Erica's Place. Erica's Place, you'll really enjoy your dining experience at Erica's Place. They've got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can join them in Cicero, Indiana. Their address, 40 West Jackson Street, right there by the stoplight, or in Noblesville at 654 Logan Street, right there next to the Logan Street Bridge. You can dine in or carry out. They have excellent breakfast menu. It's served all day. Great sandwiches and salads. And a nice dinner menu. All meals are served fresh and hot. You can bring your family or simply dine alone. Or you can call them by phone. That's Erica's Place. It's right there in Cicero and in Noblesville. So they throw one down. Throw it around the infield. Put it back in the glove of number 15, Cooper Nash. And the Trailblazers send to the plate, right-handed batter. Number 14, Charles Rennick. Charles Rennick, he's got a sophomore athlete. He's playing right field in this ballgame. Working from the windup. Here comes the wind and the pitch. High and tight, ball 1. So Cooper Nash is bringing it. He's bringing a fastball. He's working from the windup. Nobody on. First batter. Bottom of the 6th inning. Pitch comes in. Short hops the glove. Good stop there by Lincoln Crewer. Count goes 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. On deck for University is 21, Griffin Wright. Here comes the wind and the 2-0 pitch. Swung on, foul ball. Going to be a dribbler around home plate. The 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out. First batter for University here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 10-5 contest. Providence in front. There comes the wind and the pitch. Swung on, ground ball, base hit up the middle. Going to float in. It's actually going to roll in to center field. Picked up by picked up by 24, Cole Hewitt. So 1 run reward for the Trailblazers, nobody out. Signals being given. Checking him out, right-handed batter number 21, Griffin Wright. Griffin Wright going to step in. Batting .289. He's played in every game but 2. Out of set. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, going to pop one. Foul territory, right side. Is it playable? It is playable, but couldn't bring it in. Off the glove, and then hit the surface. Say what if Pete Rose would have been there? He'd have caught it off the glove of Bob Boone. So no balls, 1 strike. Got new life in the batter's box for 21, Griffin Wright. Griffin Wright batting .289. He's got a .402 on base percentage. He's played appearances, 93, at bats, 76. Out of set position, Nash here's the pitch. Swung on, ground ball. Third base, they'll go to second. They'll get the force at second. And then they'll say they got him at first. Not so sure about first base, but they're going to call him out. So that was 5-4-3. Starting that up was number 25 at third base, Gavin Jackson. So there's no argument on the field. University have a lot more class than that. Here comes the pitch. Breaking pitch outside of ball. Count goes 1-0. In the batter's box, number 5, Cooper Burnett. He's a senior class member. We're going to have a wind up. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, foul ball, left side. A double play ball, that kind of blows up in half inning when you think you got something going. But that's why they have double play ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. Going to take a shot to right field. It's got a little bit of air under it. And the catch is made. That was a line shot to right field. Kalen Sipes makes the catch. And the Knights are retired. They leave no one on base. And they stick the ball, but we're going to go to the top of the 7th inning. Providence going to bat after 6 complete. Providence 10. University 5. And again, we'll mention Round Tripper Academy. This game brought to you by Round Tripper. They are the premier academy for baseball training. They're in Westfield, Indiana. You can visit them online at roundtripper.com. Their owner is Chris Estep. Chris Estep is the coach of the University Trailblazers Round Tripper Academy. We'll mention Chris Estep. He was drafted, I believe it was 1985, maybe 86, by the Pittsburgh Pirates. He played there. I'm pretty sure he played for Montreal also. But he played outfield. He was a Carmel Greyhound, and he was well worth the draft choice. And I will also mention Round Tripper Sports Academy opened its doors in the fall of 1993. The vision was to become the premier facility with baseball training for Central Indiana. And 30 years of tens and thousands of student athletes later, they have become the mainstay for the elite student athletes throughout the Midwest and Central Indiana. You can call them at 317-896-2900. For info, go to info@roundtripper.com. First pitch, swing and miss. Healthy cut. That's number 8, Brady Haynes, batting for the Providence Pioneers. Here comes the wind and the pitch. Second pitch, right down meridian, no swing, called strike. Down goes 0-2, back out on the pitcher's rubber, number 8, Jacob Shear. Working from the windup. Here comes the wind and the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball, base hit between third base and shortstop. They'll make it to first base, a base hit off the bat of number 8, Brady Haynes. And Coach Trey Watson to pull him off the base pads. They're going to send out a courtesy runner. It's going to be number 20, Parker Pennington. Parker Pennington will be the base runner at first base. Stepping into bat is number 15, Cooper Nash. So looking at signals, not many given by third base coach Trey Watson. Working from the stretch, now the set is Shear. Pickoff move, first base, back safely, head first. And the runner at first base, Parker Pennington. Where's number 20? We're now a set position, another pickoff move, Pennington. Trying to erase him from the base pads. He's a courtesy runner. Shear thinks he probably has a shot at him. He probably does. We're going to have a set position. Shear. Here comes the first pitch to the batter. Swung on, ground ball, third base. He'll go to second. They'll go 5, 4, 3, and a double play the same way as Providence in the bottom of the 6th inning. So that play made. Well done. 5, 4, 3. And this play was started up by number 4 at third base, Ryan Castetter. So with 2 outs, stepping in, left-handed batter. Here comes the pitch. High and tight, ball 1. In the batter's box is number 3, Kalen Sipes. Kalen Sipes batting .327 in 20 ball games. Next pitch comes in tall. Ball 2. Caleb Sipes batting .327. He's got a .450 on base percentage. Here comes a 2-0 above the zone. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Jacob Shear. 3-0 count. Let's see if he wants to climb back in it. Jacob Shear from the windup. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. High, ball 4. So number 3, Kalen Sipes, jogs down to first base. Next batter going to step in. It's going to be the one hitter. Leadoff batter in today's ball game, number 2, Lucas Mock. Left-handed batter. He steps in batting .431. He's missed one game. Peering in, out of stretch. Now the set position. Here comes the pitch from Shear. Low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Mock on the season, .431 batting average, .488 on base percentage. Timeout on the diamond. University going to walk out. Pitching coach going to talk at the pitcher's rubber right there with Shear. And they'll get the whole infield in there. And the baseball here. And he's going to walk off the diamond. He's going to get a good hand clap. We're going to enter the ball game right there. So they're going to go with a new pitcher. There's some signals there. And he'll get warmed up. So doing the pitching now is Ryan Castetter. Ryan Castetter, a junior class member. Right-handed pitcher. Ryan Castetter. He's got an ERA of 6.41. He's got no wins, 1 loss. He's got 1 save. This is appearance number 9. He's got 19 2/3 innings under his belt. He's given up 25 hits, 25 runs. 18 of those runs were earned. He has walked 20 batters. He has struck out 22. He has faced 109 batters. He has thrown a total number of pitches of 431. And he's hit 5 batters along the way. Right-handed pitcher. Castetter, that's Ryan Castetter. Castetter started at third base in this ballgame. So they're getting some final warm-up tosses. Providence batting in the top of the 7th inning. There are 2 outs. Providence has a runner at first base. He drew a 4-pitch walk. And get some final tosses here. Ryan Castetter, he's pitching from the stretch. He's got a runner on. So stepping in to bat, it's going to be the left fielder, number 2, Lucas Mock. Lucas Mock, left-handed batter. Having a little conversation with the home plate umpire. It's all good. We are all human. We enjoy communication. So getting some final signals down there. Pitcher, catcher. Ryan Castetter, the pitcher. Sterling Davis, the catcher. University Trailblazers. Regional winners. Stepping in. Working from the stretch. Now the set. Castetter. Long set. Here's the pitch. Right down meridian. Fastball. Knee high. Strike called. 1-1. Throw over to first base. Back safely at first. Pretty good move there by Castetter. 1 ball, 1 strike. Out of the set position. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. This batter belongs to Shear. He gave up the batter with a 1-0 count. Peering in, looking at signals. Castetter trying to climb out of this jam. Out of the set. Long set. Here's the pitch. Taking it off for second base. Going to throw it. Sterling. Throw comes in. Behind the sliding runner. That's number 20, Parker Pennington. So they're working there. I believe that was number 3, Kalen Sipes, doing the running at second base. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 out. Top of the 7th inning, stepping off the back of the rubber is Castetter. He'll step back in. Peering in, looking at signals. Out of stretch. Now the set. He'll check second base. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Above the zone, ball 4. So Lucas Mock will jog down to first base. Next batter to step in. 2-hitter for Providence. Number 25, Gavin Jackson. Gavin Jackson on the season. In 22 ball games, he's played in all of them. Batting .418. He's got a 600 on base percentage. 85 plate appearances. 55 at bats. He is not very aggressive. Pitch comes in. Breaking pitch called strike. No balls, 1 strike. Top of the 7th inning. Shenandoah and Evansville, Mater Dei, waiting their turn. Out of the set. Castetter checks second base. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch. It's by the glove of Sterling Davis. Runners move up 90 feet. Still 2 runners aboard. They need 1 out to get out of the inning. It's a 1-1 count to Gavin Jackson. He started this game as the pitcher. He went 2 innings. Coach Watson may be wanting to save him in case they play in the nightcap. Out of the set, checks second base. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Going to foul one right side out of play. Gavin Jackson, we'll mention, on the season, he got 23 hits, 10 singles, 3 doubles, 1 triple, and he leads the team with 6 home runs. He took a cut right there that was pretty worthy. 1-2 count to Jackson. Out of the set, here's the pitch from Castetter. Line drive one up against the net. And that ball caught by Coach over there. University Trailblazers. They've got coaches that were definite players. Stepping back in, 1-2 count again. 2 outs. Out of set position. Castetter. Here's the pitch to Jackson. Going to hit him in the back. He turned to take the brunt of it on the backside. It was in the batter's box. Gavin Jackson jogging down to first base. He's okay. At least he's going to act like he is. He'll shrug it off. And now bases are loaded. Next batter to step in going to be number 24, Cole Hewitt. Cole Hewitt in 22 games. He's played in all of them. Left-handed batter batting .441. .523 on base. Percentage, 86 at-bats. I should say 86 plate appearances. 68 at-bats. He's got 30 hits. 4 of them are home runs. Out of the set. Here comes the pitch. Swung on. Foul ball. Full cut. Went back to the screen. Went over to University's side of the dugout. So no balls, 1 strike. Cole Hewitt steps back in. Out of set. Here comes the pitch. Cast it. Low and outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. Bases loaded for Providence. We're in the top of the 7th inning. It's a 10-5 contest. Providence in front. Out of set. Castetter. Here's the pitch. High above the zone. Ball 2. 2-1 count. A step back in the rubber. Castetter out of the stretch. Now the set. Checks third base. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball 3. Castetter going to have to come back with a couple of strikes here. Bases loaded. Top of the 7th inning. Stepping back in, number 24, Cole Hewitt. Out of set position. Ryan Castetter, here's the pitch. Swung on, going to pop it up to the left field. Going to call for it, going to back him. out in front of the scoreboard. That bounced up against the wall. Had to travel a long way. Right there in the left field, Philip Jacobs. He's got disappointment written on his face, and who wouldn't? I know I would, and a lot of baseball players still. I tell you, regional winners. Philip Jacobs. Philip Jacobs, we'll mention, on the season, batting 286 at 360 average. He's played in all 31 games. Stepping in. Here comes the pitch from Castetter, swinging a miss. In the batter's box, Blake Strube. That was a breaking pitch off speed. Strube was out in front. Count goes 0-1. Peering in, looking at signals. Ryan Castetter out of the set. You'll look at second base. That's Hewitt, the lone runner on the base paths. Here comes the pitch. Breaking pitch in there for a strike. Count goes 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Going to step back in. Right-handed batter. Out of the set position. Blake Strube. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Drop third strike. He'll be tagged out at home plate. And the Knights get out of the inning. Providence leave 1 on base. They come up with 3 runs in the top of the 7th. And after 6.5, Providence 13, University 5 will go to the bottom of the 7th inning. And we do thank you for tuning in. And I will mention this game is in part being brought to you by FritzInFishers.com. They buy, they sell, they trade. They'll help you to finance your car, truck, or SUV. They are preferred, and they have preferred low mileage and one-owner automobiles. They have 2 Hamilton County, Indiana locations. The location in Fishers is located at 8599 East 116th Street. You can dial them up there at that dealership. It's 317-842-2228. Their second location is 317, they get back again in Fishers. Their phone number is 317-842-2228. And right there in Noblesville along State Road 32. Between Noblesville and Westfield, you can dial them up there at 317-773-2223. Again, double check that. They're in Westfield, between Westfield and Noblesville. 317-773-2232. You can visit them online or stop in, visit them on site. That's FritzInFishers.com, FRITZ. Stepping into bat for University. Going to be number 9, Philip Jacobs. Philip Jacobs he is a junior class member. Right-handed batter, going to step in. As mentioned, batting 286. Has played in all 31 games. Left fielder. Working from the windup. Here comes a pitch from Nash. That's Cooper Nash. Count goes 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Cooper Nash still pitching for Providence. Stepping back in. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and take one to the left field. Got some air under it. It's going to be caught in left field. Caught there by Mock. There's 1 out. So next batter going to step in for University, number 14. That's Charles Rennick. Charles Rennick going to step in. Batting 291. He's played in all games but 2. He's played in 29. He's got a 388 on base percentage. Here comes a right-handed pitch from Cooper Nash. Foul tip in the glove. Strike called. I should say strike 1. 2 feet on the rubber. Pitching from the windup. Cooper Nash, here's the pitch. Outside of ball. Count goes 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck is number 6, Oliver Kingery. Here's the pitch. Swung on and take it out of play. Right side. 1-2 count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just step back in. 2 feet on the rubber. Here comes the pitch. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out and step back in. It's number 14, Charles Rennick. Working from the windup. Here comes the pitch from Nash. Outside edge, being called a strike. So they'll walk back to the dugout. There are 2 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Stepping in the bat, going to be number 6, Oliver Kingery. Kingery going to step in. Peering in, looking at signals. Cooper Nash. Here comes the wind and the pitch. Outside edge, strike call. Knee high. Count goes 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Peering in, signals. Cooper Nash. Here comes the pitch. A ground ball foul, first baseline. Let's chalk that one down out of the dugout. Nope, right fielder's going to go ahead and get it. Kalen Sipes. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. On deck is Sterling Davis for the Trailblazers. Here comes the wind and the pitch. Swing and miss. That's going to complete the ball game. Providence going to advance to the 2A final next week at Victory Field. Let me double check that. This is a semi-state. They changed that up. They got 2 games in a semi-state. Providence will advance to tonight's ball game. They'll either play Evansville Mater Dei or Shenandoah. And we'll mention this game is complete. Final score: Providence 13, University 5. We thank you for tuning in. We thank my wife back home for sound check. And I will mention, no matter if you're home or away, if you're doing the teaching and the learning, don't let him go. Keep the fire burning. If you want to tune in tonight, 8 o'clock start time, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. We'll tune in about 7:45 p.m. for the championship game. Thank you for listening.